So I'm here with Maya Shahani, who's the chairperson of Sage Foundation. How are you today, Maya?
Doing very well, Mike, as usual.
Excellent. So tell us, what is making Sage the rage and what is happening in Sage that's new?
Oh, Sage was always a potential rage, and now what's happening in Sage is you, Mike. You've given Sage a quantum leap, and I never imagined that something like this could ever happen to Sage. Not in my wildest dreams did I really even think about where Sage could reach from the level that we are now, which is not too bad, we are comfortable. But the kind of inputs that you are giving Sage is something totally out of the box, and you give it your heart, Mike, the compassion that you have. I would love receiving funds from you because I know that you really want to help.
Absolutely we do, and that's why we've set up the Rock Your World India/Sage Tours, whereby you can come along and have a real life experience in India and work alongside some of the people at the grassroots level in the villages, exchange some of your skills and help them grow and develop. Maya, tell us a little bit more about if somebody comes to India on one of these Rock Your World Sage Tours, what can they expect?
They could expect a lot of things, internal growth as well as external caring and sharing, because India is a country which is totally different from most of the countries that I've visited. There's so much of color and different cultures and different experiences that, honestly speaking, I haven't experienced in any other country. So any visitor coming to India would not only see the sights and sounds and smells of India, the urban areas as well as the villages, but once they experience India, there'd be a total transformation from within.
Absolutely, we are talking a total transformation. In any one day that the person is actually in the villages, what would be the types of things that you would see them getting involved in?
Well, first of all, it would be a culture shock for them, but once they get used to that, it would be, they would say, wow, they would get that aha feeling, because there's something about the villages in India. When I first went to the first village that I adopted, what came out was the innocence and the sheer, the love and the joy that these children have. Our children here living in the urban areas are totally polluted, I would say, just like the city. But if you go out into the villages, the first thing that strikes you is the cleanliness of the air, the greenery, and it's almost like being in Switzerland.
Yeah, it is. It absolutely is, believe it or not.
With the waterfalls and the clean mountain air, because the villages that we have are out in it's supposed to be a resorty area, because there are many resorts also, but and that is what makes it so good, because you see the contrast, people living in the lap of luxury, and then you go down into the villages and you see how they have absolutely the basic minimal facilities. In some villages there are no toilets, there's no light. In fact, Mike recently donated sizable amount of money for a generator, and he brought light into the lives of all these villages.
That's true. That's the type of thing that we do. We donated a generator which enabled people to see in the school. We went into the school. We said, "Why is it so dark in the school?" Well, they actually didn't have any power in this school, and there was probably about 50 or 60 children in there trying to learn. So, in addition to the going into the villages and actually experiencing some of that wonder, you'll be possibly working in some of the medical centres where people are coming in. You might be helping the doctor or something like that.
Yes. Because in all these villages, for miles on end, there's no doctor, no medical facility at all. So that was one thing we noticed that the villagers needed immediately. So with a small amount of donation given by somebody, we opened a small centre where they had just a very rudimentary medication. But when Mike saw that, he already started thinking ahead, and he said, "Oh, we could do this, we could do that." There are many nurses we have on board, and there are many doctors who could come over as visitors. And then it's not just the question of just handing over the funds, it's the joy of actually sitting down, dirtying your hands, getting involved in all the projects. That would be what would really give them the high.
Absolutely. So it could be anything from helping them grow crops to maybe digging a well, and we're going to be doing some of that as well, to helping out in the schools, to being involved in the medical centres, to maybe planting some trees
Sure,
because
of course.
because they're well needed, to work in the handicraft centre that Sage is putting together in this particular area. So it's going to be a real life experience for you actually in India at the grassroots level. You're going to have the time of your life learning and growing with these people because they really are wonderful people, and the value that you're going to be able to give, I think, is going to be absolutely life-changing. For the villagers, Maya, themselves, what's the one thing that you think that they'll get out of the interaction that they have with the people from overseas?
They'll get a lot of inner enrichment because they've never experienced anything like this before. There are people coming over to see the villages, but anytime they see a foreign person coming, first of all, you know, it's obvious their expectations do go up.
Yep.
Yes, but they do feel they have a lot to give also. They have their dignity of you know, their inner worth. So they look forward to these interactions because it's a growth for both the parties. And when I go to the villages, I feel that I learn a lot when I come back. It's a learning for me rather than for them. But then they feel the same way because for them it's a different kind of learning. So it all boils down to caring and sharing.
So if it's a learning for Maya, who lives here in India, it's going to be a learning for you who have never maybe even been to India before. So in wrapping things up about Sage today, Maya, have you got any final words for our viewers?
Well, I would say the only way to live life is to live for others. I feel the greatest exercise for the heart is to bend down and lift others.
What a beautiful way to finish. That's Maya Shahani, chairperson of Sage Foundation. Make sure you check out the Rock Your World India site and book up and come to India and have the time of your life. Thank you, Maya.